I know.
Because I was here and then I was just like checking
refreshing
my messages. I was just like, oh my God, she better not cancel. Because I know who I'll have that conversation with. Radhika?
Yeah, no.
You told me.
That's one thing about me. If I say I'm gonna be there, I will be there. So I like to stick to my word that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, like me, I'm just not a morning person, but I have to be because I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna go to work early so I can come home from work early and then go to the gym after work. And I kid you not, that has never happened in the 4 months that I started working.
4 months.
Yeah, I'll go to the office and then it's like, oh, I need you to go to like the other side of town. And by the time I get home, it's 7 o'clock. I'm tired. I'm like, okay, we're not going to make it to the gym today.
But you need to make time for that.
Exactly. So it's just all about discipline. Like literally, there's one person who I've made friends with in the gym. He's 15 and I had to ID him. I literally was like, I don't believe this. Like, I need to see your ID. And so he is just the most dedicated, disciplined person I know. He wakes up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym to make sure he gets in his workout. And it's so funny because like even I'm someone who has been in this game for probably longer than he has.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to hear it from other people. And I was asking him like, what's like, how do you stay motivated? Like, even I've gone through phases where I'm just completely unmotivated, really tired, and it's happened with work. And obviously like it's taken me a while to get into adulting. But I asked him, I was like, how do you stay motivated? And he said, it's not about motivation because that dies down. It's about discipline. And I was like, preach to that one.
I was so stupid at 15, man. I can't even start having such conversations at 15.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about gym and working out,
yes.
Because just doing my own little research, there's one post that I saw you posted, and you had something on the caption saying working out helps with
like your mental health.
Mental well-being.
Oh, completely.
And how important is that to you? Because like now we're in the day and age where people are just going through it, like when it comes to, and it's like everyone. That's why I'm saying like our parents had it much more easier.
Oh, completely.
Because I think they were just focused on living, just
enjoying
enjoying life.
Their own life. I feel like in this generation, we're always keeping track of each other and what everyone's doing.
Social media, man.
As much as we deny it, a lot of people are like, do it for the gram. And I'm completely guilty of that. Like, I literally just want to travel sometimes just to take photographs, I'm guilty of it, but I acknowledge it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hide it. Like
the first step is admittance.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But then also, it's like, like I said though, I'm not doing it for other people. I'm doing it for myself. Because I enjoy it. I love going to beautiful places and to do like my own artistic, creative touch to it and try to represent it in a different way. And I'm really big on photography as well. So it's like I like to capture a moment, capture a mood, capture a scenery. So I mean, there's that element. But yeah, with working out and mental health. So I used to dance throughout high school. And from dancing, and just as a way, I just loved it. Like my de-stress was to go for a run, and I would just run and run and run and run, and like running was just my me time. And so, then when I went to university, I couldn't run anymore because it's the UK and it's like raining most of the year. And it was cold in winter, and I'm born and raised in Kenya, so I was like, nope, I'm not about to go
all year round.
I'm not about to go out in this rain and go for a jog. So for the first couple of months of university, I didn't do any working out.
Don't they have gyms?
Yes, I literally lived opposite the biggest gym in Nottingham. I kid you not, it was 200 meters from my door.
And
it took me a while to get there. But yeah, so literally like I just first few months of university, I just completely let that go. I just did my final graduating dance, which is called an Arangatharam. And my goodness, you train hard for it. Like you are doing 18-hour weeks at a minimum of
is
just
that
dancing.
Like an Indian choreography thing?
Yeah, so it's like a whole show. So it's like a 2-hour show that you put up yourself. and it's like a way of you like showcasing your capabilities as a dancer and performing for like a big audience. So it's like a really big deal. So I used to dance a lot for that. And then, so I was in really tip-top shape when I went to university, started eating a lot of junk food. A lot of...
As you should.
Yeah. A lot of junk food,
Yeah.
didn't work out. I just kind of grubbed out for a little bit. And I noticed I just didn't feel good. Like, not even like physically how I looked.
Just
even just mentally. I was just
yeah.
foggy. I wasn't eating well, so my energy levels were really low. So it just wasn't the best situation. And I remember I came back from university, and you know, Indian aunties, they literally looked at me, and one of them's like, "Hey, you went to university and you ate a lot of McDonald's." I was like, "Yo," and so I mean, I don't.
They
Really
didn't even hide it or sugarcoat it.
No, that's the one thing about Indian grandmas. You put on weight, they'll tell you. You lose weight, they'll tell you. So literally, I came back and I was like, "Oh my God, okay, well." I don't particularly care too much, but like also I did admit I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel comfortable, and that's the thing. Like with working out as well, I mean you can make it into a monster, so it can become its own monster if you become obsessed with it, or it just becomes unhealthy. But if you work out to feel good, look good, like if it's with good intentions, it's all right. And I was just like, you know what, forget this. Like I'm gonna get back on it and get healthy, and what happened was I went back to university, and that message didn't even click until a little while later, where I was you know, so I actually, again, back to me and anxiety, so I actually do struggle with anxiety.
What's anxiety to you? Because like even for me, I think I'm confused right now to what it is exactly.
I mean, it's difficult.
How do you explain anxiety? Because I have different people, like people kind of like know what it means, but it's like people go through different instances.
Yeah, and I mean,
like,
it always changes.
People like just get outside the house and get like panic attacks.
Yeah.
People do that, and
so I think it's it's very personal for everyone, and I think that also changes. Like I said before, in high school, I was anxious about, you know, social anxiety, and then for a while when I got into like when I got into university, and even right now with working, it's like a productive anxiety. Like I literally feel like the rabbit, you know, in Alice in Wonderland, where I'm like, I'm late, and even if I'm like relaxing, I can't relax because I feel like, oh, you know, I'm wasting time, I could be doing something productive, or so my anxieties changed from, you know, social anxiety to now productivity anxiety. And in between, when I was really big on fitness, it was even like fitness anxiety. So I was like, oh my God, if I miss a workout, like all my progress is gonna go down the drain. And you know, if I take one rest day, like, oh, I need to train harder the next day. And I mean, so anxiety, I don't even think that if you have one type of anxiety, it stays the same way. I think always it ebbs and flows. So even in university, I don't know, I think one thing that people don't talk about is also how hard the transition is from high school to university, especially if you go overseas.
It is.
Because like I grew up in Kenya, I grew up, like I said, knowing lots of different people. I would go places, I would know people. My family was everywhere. I have like 250 family members on my dad's side, right? So almost every other person's my uncle or auntie. And so I came from like such a small pond to like on my own in university. And I was living in a flat with 4 other girls. I had no idea. 2 of them hated each other. You know, it was just like it was a tough transition.
Uni, where were you in uni?
I was in Nottingham.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And so that way, like, I literally would get anxiety going home, and I hated going home because, like I said, I'd be home by myself. And I went from living with my family to living on my own.
Oh, you're just used to groups of people. Oh, like, okay, now I get it. Because even from, like, the TV show, all the different places around people.
And that's why I said I was never at home.
Spent time, like, just being alone and just...
So I couldn't do it when I would get home from university. I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. So I would literally prefer to sit in the library till 1 a.m, till it's shut, and then go home just to sleep, wake up, get ready, and go for the whole day again.
What? 1 in the morning?
Yeah, and I was like, this isn't health. And I wasn't even like doing work. I was just there to be around people.
An escape, just.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know what, no, we need to work on this. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go home and face my anxiety. So I would sit there and just try to enjoy it and make it like, you know, play music, like take a hot shower from university, like cook a nice meal. But then what I found was working out was like my mental savior. So I would get home from university, feel super anxious, and then one day I was like, you know what? Let me go for a run at the gym that's literally right outside.
Yeah.
It was 40,000 square feet or something ridiculous. It was like 2 warehouses.
Yeah,
And
huge.
I was like, you know what? We'll just go to the gym. And gyms are cheap. It was like £9 a month, which is less like about 1,000 shillings a month for all of those facilities.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? We'll just go. And I went for a run, and I literally felt like I could think again after the anxiety. But then, so then I just started getting to the gym as a way to deal with my anxiety, and I felt so good afterwards. And then with working out, you get an endorphin rush. So even if I was having a really bad day and I worked out, I would feel so much better. So I got into the gym purely for mental health.
And that's important, because like a lot of people